Приветствую на стриме. Добрый день по МСК. Начну сегодня серию стримов, наверное, по Call of Cthulhu, которая вышла в 2018 году. По Дюзексу не срослось, к сожалению, он не хочет захватываться ОБС-кой нормально. Поэтому его пришлось отложить пока что. Возможно, потом просто поставлю X-Split, или как он там называется. Другая прога для захвата. Она вроде должна работать, с ним будет. Ну, то, собственно, что эта игра из себя представляет? Это больше адвенчура, чисто с упором на сюжет и атмосферу, в первую очередь. Приветствую, Грег. Кое-где есть нелинейность, ну, как сказать, кое-где. В принципе, она относительно везде здесь есть. И, насколько я помню, по-моему, 4 концовки здесь. 3 точно есть. По-моему, их 4 всего должно быть. Если я верно помню корректно. И довольно любопытная система прокачки. Бостон, 1924 год. Эдвард Пирс, ветеран Первой мировой войны, пытается заглушить свои воспоминания алкоголем и снотворным. Он стал частым детективом, но никак не может найти дело, способное вывести его из апатии. Пирс должен как можно скорее найти нового клиента, иначе рискует потерять лицензию. Дело происходит, естественно, в США, Бостон. Ну, как, в принципе, классика. 24 год. Это, как бы, собственно, та эпоха, которую также Лавкрафт любил описывать, от, там, 10-х годов до 30-х. Примерно в этом промежутке. А почему мне не дали там походить? Мне казалось, я сам должен там добраться. Ну ладно. Начнем отсюда. Уже, по-моему, был уже небольшой рандом, потому что я сам, по-моему, добирался до этой решетки. Чтобы не было вопросов, это ему сейчас снится. Это как бы ночной кошмар у него. У главного героя. Так, цепь руками не открыть. Нужно найти какой-то инструмент. Вопрос где? А, точно. Не надо сейчас никакого инструмента. я не вижу здесь, что лежит, потому что у меня нет фонаря ни хрена, нет света. Ну, собственно говоря, это по сути такая небольшая обучалка заодно. Вот теперь есть фонарь. Керосиновая лампа. Как раз здесь мы взяли болторезы. Ну, во всяком случае, так перевели. Клещ, наверное. Ну, может, и болторез называется, я не знаю. Вот как лампу убрать? А, все, на среднюю кнопку мышки она убирается, отлично. Я вспомнил.
What a putrid offering.
Касатки какие-то, внутренности рыбьи.
Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Обнаружено новое место, так еще дневник теперь есть. Собственно, детективное агентство Пирса, его частное дело. Тут же выясняется, как бы, если почитать, что он принимает таблетки, насколько я помню, морфин, не морфин, какое-то лекарство принимали в те года. Или снотворное. Здесь можно потом распределить очки умений как раз. Здесь шкала рассудка, то есть вот кошмары у него, поскольку он ветеран Первой мировой войны, единственный выживший был из своего батальона. У него кошмары преследуют. И, соответственно, чем больше разных ужасных зрелищ он будет видеть, тем будет сильнее у него понижаться рассудок, что в конце может привести к безумию. Из предметов у него зажигалка есть. Ну, это как бы, если нет лампы, то хоть какой-никакой свет есть. Так, с перками потом сейчас разберемся. Так, можно осмотреть, что у нас здесь.
Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Да, опиум, точно фейк, точно опиум был, да, не морфин.
I used to be an avid reader.
Ну, как раз можно так вот зажигалкой освещать по необходимости. Если нет лампы.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I have business here to attend to. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. age-old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Собственно, довольно такое уютненькое помещение, хотя и потолок ужасный. Покраска ему не помешала, как и новые обои бы. Но я так понимаю, он арендует, скорее всего, это помещение.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Пусть играет. Почему ты сохранился? Я выключил радио всего лишь.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
А что я взял? Так, знания. Знания, что мне... это точно, это мне прокачку дает. Все эти дела, то, что я сейчас взял, они дали мне, наверное, плюсы к навыкам. Да, к расследованию. Вот у меня расследование, по-моему, 40 стало уже. Сейчас осмотреть здесь что. К чему.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Что, типа, мне нужно отвечать уже? Ну, ладно. Нет, давайте сначала прокачаю перки. Так, что нужно? У меня есть 6 очков. Так, красноречие, наверное, не помешало бы. Расследование поднять. Так, это какое у меня? До следующего уровня нужно... нет, стоп. У меня 0 очков. Точно, я не туда смотрел. До следующего уровня мне нужно. То есть, если у каждого перка есть, по-моему, 4 градации. Какой там? Новичок, любитель, профессионал, мастер и эксперт, по-моему. 4 или 5 градаций. Помимо вероятности. То есть, вот этот процент указано, это вероятность применения успешного умения. То есть, соответственно, чем выше, тем больше вероятность, что он сможет сделать правильные выводы. Довольно любопытная, на самом деле, система. И позволяет, такой элемент случайности внести в игру, причем который не будет портить игру при этом. Что довольно прикольно, по-своему. Хотя, можно было, наверное, чуть-чуть пообширнее это сделать. И более разветвленно. Привет, Фокс. Если ты сегодня о межсерверных, да, я буду вечером стримить корабли. В 7 часов, я помню.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Ну вот как раз дали 8 очков опыта, и нужно их распределить будет. Медицину и оккультизм, насколько я помню, можно только сейчас повысить, а потом они будут повышаться только специальными книгами и предметами. То есть их нельзя будет прокачивать напрямую. Я думаю, в медицину можно добавить одну единичку. Парочку добавить в расследование. Красноречие, ну это красноречие, убеждение персонажей. Там, в принципе, все с этим понятно. Поиск предметов — это замечать спрятанные предметы какие-то, детали подмечать на местах преступлений. И психология — это делать выводы о мотивации человека. То есть понимать, почему он какие-то поступки сделал, соответственно, делать выводы логические. Так, у меня есть еще 3 очка опыта. На что их можно распределить? Так, ну да, я даже не знаю, в оккультизм стоит вкладываться, нет? Давайте одно очко опыта вложу. Хотя черт знает, стоит ли сейчас тратиться на это. Так, еще одно осталось. Так, я могу вложить в медицину и получить новый уровень у нее. И больше никуда. Давайте я медицину апну. Медицина лишней не будет. Делать выводы, соответственно, по правильной дозе лекарств, правильный диагноз и разобраться в медицинской проблеме. Так, ну поехали. Подтвердите все.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is
Он
dead.
рассказывает, что его дочь
Even
погибла.
you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter?
Художница.
Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her
Погибла она,
husband,
ее муж и его
and
внук.
Simon, my
И
grandson.
он подозревает,
I
что
can't
что-то
do
здесь
anything
нечисто.
for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
И считает, что она убила свою семью.
I've brought
Ну
all
и потом
that I
сама погибла
have.
тоже.
Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Ну и заодно, опять же, это небольшой туториал по механикам.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Давайте сначала посмотрим, что у него за данные есть по...
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Транспортная этикетка. Тут читать часть текста не разобрать, но кое-что прочитать удается. Склад 36 на Дарквотере. Ну, соответственно, это будет первая зацепка, куда стоит наведаться, прибыв на остров. Полицейский отчет. Тут говорится, что все члены семьи погибли, а пожар начался в столовой. Полиция заключила, что это был несчастный случай, но при этом в отчете упоминается, что Сара Хокинс была психически неустойчива. И газетная вырезка. Статья рассказывает о браке Сары Хокинс, девичестве Уэбстер и Чарльза Хокинса, бизнесмена с острова Дарквотер. Они ведут затворническую жизнь на удаленном острове со своим сыном Саймоном. Вот улика пока единственная. Смотреть картину.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Ну, соответственно, я применил перк расследования. У меня 50% он вроде, поэтому с вероятностью 50 на 50 мой персонаж обратил таки внимание на этот символ. И вот сейчас здесь как раз вот что-то не так в этой истории, расследование применить, а просто диалог спросить что-то. По-моему, это ответ раскрыт вот за счет того, что я смог правильно применить успешно свой перк, узнать о складе и узнать, где жила Сара Хокинс. Давайте я отвечу, наверное, касаемо картины.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that.
У Сары были
She never would
видения.
have hurt a fly. She only
Но была
thought she
очень
saw
доброй,
things.
мухи бы не обидела.
Saw things. What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Попробую применить, наверное, еще раз расследование перк.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Ну, в принципе, все.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Так, основы медицины. Он добавит мне к медицине еще не перки, а очки.
I used to be an avid reader.
Так, не здесь находится. Нужно найти книгу об этом острове. Дополнительно даст мне информацию. Наверное, где-то здесь должно быть. Я полагаю, вот она.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. but it seems to have been shunned since then.
Остров Дарквотер населен с XIV века, и на нем до сих пор можно найти множество следов пропавших племен. Но пусть романтика этих наивных и примитивных верований не обманет вас. Не забывайте, какими жестокими были местные боги. Изображение гигантского существа все еще украшает стены давно заброшенных пещер. Откуда пришло к своим почитателям это божество? Из моря или из безумных сновидений? Никто не знает ответа. Но современные обитатели острова, сыновья и дочери гордых китобоев, все еще помнят таинственную волнующую историю крохотного клочка суши у берегов Массачусетса.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Ну что ж, все, на этом можно отправляться. Пирс взял дело Хокинсов. Проклятую художницу обвиняют в том, что устроила пожар, который и убил ее вместе со всей семьей. Единственная улика – страшная картина, которую она отправила отцу. На транспортной этикетке был указан адрес склада, расположенного в доках острова Дарквотер. Именно с этого места Пирс и начал расследование. Музыка, конечно, клевая здесь, очень.
We're almost there.
Сцилла, с которой будет как раз связана очень немалая часть истории.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great pain You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Собственно говоря, надо будет сейчас заглянуть и в таверну, осмотреться в городке здесь. И выполнить задачу здесь, насколько я помню, проникнуть в этот склад можно разными способами. Здесь ничего нету любопытного. Сначала лучше посмотреть, что там происходит.
Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I
Горят
told you so.
благодушием
Learn to accept some friendly
и желанием
advice.
помочь.
Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna get us in trouble. You can't...
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the
В общем, рыбаки протестуют против того, что они хотят сбросить эту рыбину обратно в воду. Считают, что это какое-то плохое предзнаменование будет.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
Разборки между бутлегерами и рыбаками. Что, драка-то будет? Да не, не похоже.
You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog? I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all. Optimistic.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here again.
Я уж думал, они будут просто стоять и друг на друга смотреть. Хотя бы продолжают диалог.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Wind
careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Так.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
К сожалению, нужную проверку.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If
Склад
I were you,
Хотинса.
I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Звуки со склада по ночам,
That sort
крики.
of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Печально, надо было попытаться надавить на него силой. Не надо было пытаться красноречием. Ну у меня вероятность... ну да, 30 против 40. Нет, 30 против 40. Лучше бы я силой попытался на него надавить. действующие лица. Этот мертв. Мертвы.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
Сейчас небольшая пауза и продолжим. Осмотримся, поболтаем с кем-нибудь еще здесь.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most
Самое
significant
значительное событие за последние 80 лет здесь. 21 июля 1847 года. Чудесный улов. Сцилла возвращается в порт, чтобы спасти Дарквотер от голода. Или надежду. Команда Сциллы, или то, что от нее осталось, вернулась в порт Дарквотера во вторник вечером. Местные немедленно бросились в доки, чтобы встретить последнее китобойное судно на острове. Невероятный улов потряс людей. Праздное, которое уже прозвали чудесным уловом, занимало всю палубу и даже свисало с борта. Оно было больше любого зубатого кита. Выжившие моряки рассказали ужасную историю о своей опасной добыче, а также о ее мясе, невероятно вкусном и питательном. Несомненно, огромный кит прокормит многочисленных жителей Дарквотера и положит конец голоду, терзающему остров. Так, сдается склад. С июня мистер Маркс готов сдать свой склад в аренду под рыбный цех, мастерскую или хранилище. Вы можете связаться с ним через любимую газету или найти его в доках. И праздник ките на мели. Чтобы отметить возвращение наших храбрых китобоев, персонал кита на мели приглашает вас на бесплатную дегустацию. Приходите с семьями и друзьями и попробуйте чудесный улов. Каждый получит в подарок по бутылке ворва, не спешите. 80 лет назад как раз событие было здесь. Судя по диалогу еще этих двух персонажей, здесь есть психиатрическая больница где-то.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Некий странный персонаж.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
Все киты куда-то
You
исчезли.
exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Китобойный промысел на острове завершился.
The biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof. Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Этот персонаж расскажет об улове.
You again.
То есть можно...
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he
Хокинс
had
должен был много
problems?
денег ему.
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional
Удивительное
catch.
создание,
Biggest
поймали.
whale ever caught. They saved dock water from famine.
That'll be all for now.
Что рассказывать? Так, где... С тем джентльменом нельзя поговорить, только с ней. Судя по всему, она и есть как раз, ну как промелькнуло в разговоре с барменом, что женщина управляет бутлегерами. Есть только одна женщина.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Разговор.
I told you to beat it.
Уже ответил. Разговор обломался. В общем, здесь я больше ничего не узнаю. Надо теперь поговорить с этим главным среди рыбаков, который привез на корабле.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Капитан, условия нашего соглашения однозначны. Держите своих людей под контролем. Не задирайте нас, мы вам не по зубам. И не утруждайте себя ответом на это сообщение. Просто заплатите курьеру, Кэт. Я так понимаю, это с бутлегерами. Конфликт. Я пока тут осмотрюсь, он вроде не возражает.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Поговорить сразу с ним или потом. Хотя давайте сейчас.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Грузовые декларации.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Прочитать можно только несколько дат. 1890, 1907 и еще несколько цифр. Прочее содержимое документа аккуратно вымарано. Интересно, кому потребовалось скрывать эту информацию? Ну, снова медицина. Коллекция ракушек.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
На этой фотографии человек, похожий на капитана Фицроя, стоит на мостике корабля, у него деревянная нога.
What a macabre souvenir.
Собственно, сама деревянная нога. Что, настало время поговорить с ним по душам и выяснить все, что ему известно.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Не хочет рассказывать. Что, давайте спросим про чудесный улов?
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Понятно, вот все. Ну что ж.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Так, ну что ж, про склад спросим.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood.
То есть все, ни разу нельзя сказать больше, окей.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Ага, у меня еще одно очко персонажа для развития есть. Круто. Good. Закинув красноречие. Так, я получил 3-й уровень, профессионал. Засчиталось? Мне так проникнуть на склад теперь нужно.
Something coming. Something real bad.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Cops, they can't understand.
Where do you think you're going?
Да, Медсамис, привет. Вечером в 7 часов, если изменений никаких нету, ну, вроде бы нету, я думаю, мне Влад бы сообщил, стрим по межсерверным боям будет клановым. Часика 2 где-то примерно. После Dead Space 3 в коопе продолжим с Глебом играть.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
Опять не прокинул, ну черт подери. Хреновое у меня красноречие здесь.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Крейсер. Орлеан нормальный на 7-м, но нужны умения, скажем так, чтобы на нем играть. Он не такой простой. Но он проще, чем Пенсакола.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Так, печально. Мне бы, конечно, хорошо бы красноречием бы его убедить было. А мы пока смотрим все тут.
Out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Поговорим с персонажами.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I bid you, gentlemen, farewell.
Не хотят они пропускать, солгать, пока оставлю как финальный вариант, если совсем все ничего не срастется.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Забавно.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Не хотят вообще говорить эту тему. Так, окей, давайте сначала...
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
So, have you got what we asked you for?
I didn't find your liquor.
Because you haven't really looked.
There's no shortage of whiskey on Darkwater.
Понятно, надо было раньше у них расспросить про остров. Может, какие-нибудь факты еще были бы. Надо смотреть, что с этой статуей, о которой все болтали они. Эх, и это я не прокачал. И да, в этом не везет мне. Придется что-то придумывать.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Так, а что будет за взлом отвечать? А, шанс взломать расследование, все понятно. Ну, значит, просто не повезло. 50% это было неплохо. А у меня еще есть одно очко прокачки. Год. Гуд. Ну вот все, 40% хоть будет красноречие. А, я же не распределил, не подтвердил, все. Вот откуда у меня еще одно очко опыта осталось. Вот, знал бы я оккультизм, я бы смог, наверное, проанализировать эту надпись. Так, короче, с бухлом не получилось, то есть силой их не отвлечь теперь. Придется искать другой путь.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. If you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her?
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Так, вот это склад. Так, зубчатое колесо.
An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Храповик.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
И рычаг.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Подготовлю сейчас, на всякий случай, вдруг придется идти этим путем. Мне бы не хотелось.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Попробую по-хорошему договориться, потом солгать, и придется этим маршрутом идти пытаться, если не срастется.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently, the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island. but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly. You won't stop asking.
Not that again.
Так, а бухло у него купить нельзя, интересно? Или он продать мне тоже откажется?
You again.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Let's say I don't want to sell you one.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Что, придется хардвей им делать?
What? Another break?
Взломать я не смогу, интересно?
Damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime.
Не, нельзя.
We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
А, не хочет разговаривать. Вот тоже не с того, как говорится, не с той интонацией начал диалог с ней. Что, у меня остается только один вариант. Попробовать солгать. И если это не прокатит... Ну, если это не прокатит, будет не весело.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two
Понятно,
soaks.
понятно.
Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Надо было качать красноречие лучше.
I bid you, gentlemen, farewell.
Или другие перки.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Так, это тоже ничем мне не поможет. Ну окей. Придется пробираться через склад пытаться.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Охрененно удачливый.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
This muddy alley is yours? Good for you. I've got work to do.
I don't think that you've quite understood the situation. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
С другой стороны, это лучше, чем идти по канализации этой, потому что психическое здоровье сохраню персонажа. Там потому что были бы зрелища, которые его бы, скажем так, ему подпили здоровье.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly. But it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Forget it. Nobody Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get us into
Так,
trouble.
ну что ж, на территорию склада я прошел практически. Пусть даже и не самым удачным образом.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Здесь ничего.
Be a gentleman and move that for me. That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Так, заодно можно осмотреться. Я так понимаю, там бы я вылезал, если бы я прошел по подземным переходам. Сюда не забраться. Ладно, ближе к делу.
Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Так, и.
It smells as bad as it looks. These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins' death. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Так, вроде все. Все улики обнаружены. Кто-то в складе прятался, он был ранен. У него было прописано более утоляющее 3 месяца назад, и... Судя по всему, ему не нравится его внешность, раз он разбивает зеркало.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's
Удалось
parked down
на
the way.
сотрудничество его уговорить.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Пирс смог пробраться на склад. Место, которое казалось заброшенным, скрывало несколько тайн. Тут явно кто-то недавно жил. Кроме того, обнаружилась частично обгоревшая картина. Во время осмотра Пирса прервал констебль Брэдли, и детектив убедил его присоединиться к расследованию. Констебль хочет отвезти сыщика в особняк Хокинсов.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Так, и что тут у нас?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Так, ну я думаю, на этом сейчас можно закончить стрим и продолжить уже в другой раз. Спасибо всем, кто был на стриме. Удачи вам и хорошего дня. Вечером будет стрим по кораблям и после кооперативное прохождение Dead Space 3 продолжим.